Guys, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? Today we begin into Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. This is gonna be the last game of the week. It's gonna be on Monday, and this is a game Arsenal need to win, bro. I'm gonna tell you straight up, we need to win this game because the game we had against Brighton was very underwhelming, man. Because after you had very good 3 game weeks, you should be continuing winning. We should have had 4 wins. But then we went back to the old Arsenal. I don't know what happened, but we were terrible, man. It was a boring game, and we should have lost that game. Let's be honest. Brighton played better than us. We got lucky with the draw. But hey, I will take it. I will take it, people. I will take it. But that was that was terrible. And this game, Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, I think it can be a win. Crystal Palace so far this season they look okay. They have a lot. They have good games and then they have terrible games. But when it comes to Crystal Palace, man, is a team that's dangerous. They have Zaha, they have the young players, and finally the team that realized if we want to stay in this Premier League, we have to move smarter, and we have to, like buy young players. And so far, what they're doing, bro, is amazing. They gain these young players from the Championship. They're investing in the future. They made sure they got rid of all the old people, but that can help you sometimes, and that can be your downfall sometimes. So I think this season they're gonna have a very good season. A lot of people predicted Crystal Palace will go down, Patrick Vieira will be fired first, but me, I predicted that they will finish in the top 13 teams, and I saw it, man. I saw that all these young players that they're getting, the flair, the creativity, the swag. You know what I mean? So, a shout out to Crystal Palace, man. They were the next Burnley. They were boring, old, but they realized we have to move differently. We have to. And now it looks like they're gonna be not just staying up, but they'll be in the Premier League for at least the next 5 years for sure. And they're gonna be making a lot of money from some of these young players. Mikel Olise is looking like a baller. We know how like the other kid Eze is. So hey, shout out to them, man. But when it comes to this game, though, I want Arsenal to win this game. I want Arsenal to win this game, people. And it's been a long, boring 2 weeks of no football, man. Like me, I don't like the international football, and like I tried, but it's just I'm not a big fan of international football, people. And without Arsenal, man, like I barely watch any other teams. I do, but the problem is like when there's no any other football except for international, I can't watch international football, man. It's boring, very boring. Alright, people, let's get to the starting 11 for Arsenal. We know the back four has to stay the same because that back four so far is holding well, and don't change it. I kept saying that last week. Don't change it. Don't change the back four because so far the back four is looking good, man. They're all young. I said the same thing last week. They're young, they're learning, they're gonna have a lot of chemistry. And the thing is, they had kept, I think, 3 clean sheets together. I think so far. That's amazing. That's amazing. I know last week we could have conceded, and it was a tougher game for Tamiyasu in particular. But it's okay, bro. Sometimes you would have games that is harder than usual, but this back four, I mean, this whole back five is young, and I like it, man. So if I'm Arteta, you don't have any European football. Stick to the same back four. And when it comes to the midfield, we don't have any choices here. It has to be Lakonga and it has to be Partey because Xhaka, he had he had a knee injury and he will not be able to play. But I think he has to stick with the same team. That's what I'm thinking. Stick with the same team and let's see how everything goes. But when it comes to Mikel Arteta, this team looks good, man. But sometimes you have to change something for the other teams. And because a lot of players in our team that they're not getting any chances. Someone like Gabriel Martinelli is not getting any chances. The kid played the first two games. We were bad in those two first games, and we had a lot of injuries, and we had a lot of COVID cases, and the team wasn't playing good. And you can't hold that against him. I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, he played the first two games, he did nothing." What can he do? What can he do? The whole team is bad. Saka wasn't playing. You know, what can he do? You can't put all the pressure on him. Do you expect him to do something? Aubameyang is not doing nothing in that kind of case. I already talked about this. When it comes to our team, our strikers don't get a lot of chances. And Martinelli, when he played there, and Balogun, they have no choice, man. They're not going to create anything, people. Don't hold that against the young players. But I want Arteta to play the same team. Because this team is, like they create chances. Um, I get it, like against games when you play against smaller team, you can go with Thomas Partey with Odegaard sitting, and maybe you can play Pepe or Martinelli there. But I think he should stick with the same team and see how it goes. Like sometimes Arteta he needs to stop chopping and changing. There's one thing I'll tell you with Arsene Wenger. If you found the thing that worked, he ran with it until he like ran it to the ground. I want Arteta to do a little bit of the same thing. Like don't overdo it, but stick with the thing if it's working. This team, I know the other day Odegaard it didn't look good, but it's okay. Like sometimes you can have bad games. This team works, so stick with it. Stick with it. If you want to change something, the most I can tell you is like maybe you can play Odegaard here, huh? Next to Partey, and maybe you can play. Hold up. Maybe you can play someone like maybe Martinelli. Maybe you can give him a game today, and like um, you can play Smith Rowe here. You can play Martinelli here. You have the runners. You can hit them. But then if you don't want to do this, and you want to stick with the the Lokonga and the Partey midfield, that works too, man. But this works as well. And if you don't want to play Martinelli, you can easily play Nicolas Pepe. But I know, like Arteta, he needs to realize something. Saka has to be on the right. I've been saying it from the beginning of the season, from the first game of the season until today. I've been saying it. Saka has to be on the right. And when he's on the right, he's much better. But then Arteta continued playing him on the left until he put him on the right. And now he started playing good. Is that a coincidence, people? It's not. So Nicolas Pepe is a player. Already we talked about this. We talked about this a lot. Saka is a player that can be on the touchline. He can take on people, cross the ball. But when it comes to Nicolas Pepe, all he wants to do is fucking score. And all he wants to do is stop the ball. Like if you stop the ball, then you stop the flow of the team. That's why a player like that, you don't want him on the touchline. You want players like Saka on the touchline. Because this guy, the way he plays is, he has one player on the touchline. He has this player tucking in. And he has Tierney here. And this player almost like always goes somewhere here. Like most is Odegaard. But Smith can go here, he can go here. But like mostly this guy, what he wants to do is something like this. He wants to do something like this. Tierney is a touchline on the left side. Saka on the touchline on the right side. When you play like this, the team has more balance. When Pepe is here, then Pepe doesn't want to be on the touchline. Pepe wants to be around here. He wants to score goals. So make it easier for him. Play him on the left. And you make your life much easier. I remember last year when Pepe played on the left, he looked much better, man. He was scoring goals. He was looking good. And, I thought he should stop, like, complicating everything. Like, this works. This works. Saka on the right. It worked for you last year. Don't change it. But when it comes to this team, for me, I think he should play Lokonga with Smith Rowe and Odegaard and Pepe in the bench. But if he wants to play this team that is on the screen right now, that's okay too. But people, I think we should be winning this game. Don't make it hard for yourself. We need to start getting wins. We need to start getting points. Because if we don't win this game, people will leave us behind, man. We're already like 6 points at least behind everybody. And I'm gonna predict a I think this is going to be a very good game for Arsenal. I think it's going to be a 2-0 win. I'm going to predict a 2-0 win to Arsenal. We're going to keep our third clean sheet in a row, or is that fourth clean sheet in a row, something like that. And 2-0. 2-0 to Arsenal. Please don't let me down. We need to win this game. People, if you like the video, I appreciate it. If you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. And my Twitter is going to be down in the description. Go and follow me on Twitter. And until next time, people, peace.